Cry, tears, pain. This is how I welcome the world. Perhaps because this is how a natural infant is born, but to me, it may hold a painful reality that I shall discover later as I grow. Hi, I am Tess, the only child of my mom as she never had any relationships after my dad left us before I was even born. Based on my mom's story, he left us when he found out my mom was pregnant with me.
I'm sorry, Diana. I cannot be a father yet. We both made a mistake. I can't.
Please, don't do this to me, Don. I love you, please. I thought you loved me.
I'm not ready yet, Diana. I'm so sorry.
So my dad got scared and ran away, leaving my mom with all the responsibilities. I was 6 years old when I started to ask about my dad. All my classmates have those tall male grown-ups, taking them to school, kissing them goodbye, and picking them after. While I have nothing like that. At a very young age, I asked myself, why don't I have that? Have I been a bad girl? Why don't I have a father like every other child in school? When I asked my mom, she simply replied with a teary eye and a smile. This marks the start of my frustrations in life. As I grew older, everything has become even worse. I couldn't participate in our school's family day because I lacked one person to complete my family. When I find my homework difficult, I have no one to ask because my mom's busy working. I was so jealous that I wondered what it was like to have a father. Do his hugs so comforting that all my troubles will disappear? Do his kisses sweeten my bitter days? Do his stories put me into a sound sleep? I wondered, could life have been so good if he's here with me? But sadly, he never came. Not even his shadow showed up. He never tried to reach us. He never made us feel loved. Honestly, it was really difficult for me throughout my primary school years. I had no one to defend me when I was bullied. My snacks were not as good as those of my classmates, and my toys were not as pretty as theirs. At my young age, I endured those pains on my own. I couldn't tell my mother since I know she's already struggling to keep the two of us alive. It's painful. The tears I shed the minute I was born. This is it. This is the kind of pain I was talking about. Fast forward to my 7th grade when I fully understand everything. I confronted my mom to answer all the questions I've been wanting to ask all my life, and thankfully, she didn't hesitate to tell me everything. I burst into anger as soon as I found out the truth. How could he do that? Is he even a man? That moment, I wanted to scream. I wanted to curse him. But what could I do when he's not even around? My mom and I went through a lot of hardships. Debts, no proper food on the table, no allowance at school, no new shoes, no new toys, nothing at all. Growing up, I was exposed to the realities of life. There's no Prince Charming, no fairy godmother, no magic, and life isn't always a bed of roses. My mom tried every job she could get her hands on. She babysits and cleans houses, washes clothes and cars, street sweeping, and more. I know she's tired. I can see it. If only he had been here, life would have been so much easier. My mom would have not suffered so much trying to raise me. She could have more time to smile and laugh. If only I have a father, things would have turned out differently. I admit, life was hard on us, but we managed to survive. As time went on, I was able to conquer the pain. I have accepted the fact that I will no longer see him, that I could no longer experience the love of a father. But I continued to move forward because I know I needed to. Giving up is not an option. Despite all the struggles, I got into college. I studied really hard to give my mom a better life ahead. To sustain my studies, I also worked a variety of part time jobs. Life was tough at first, but then love came in my way. I have fallen to this young man who brought so much happiness in me. Thankfully, life was becoming better each day when I'm with him. I even believe that because I had him with me, I could handle any challenges that arose along the road. I believed, I trusted, I loved, yet life wasn't still finished with me. We had been together for over 4 years when suddenly, out of nowhere with no apparent reason, he left without saying goodbye. His number also changed as I couldn't reach him anymore. For so many nights, I've been constantly asking myself if there's anything wrong with me. Have I done wrong? So many questions, yet one thing is for sure. I felt no pain at all. I mean, why doesn't it hurt? Why does it feel like nothing happened? I didn't even care to shed tears for him. Then I realized, it's fine for him to leave me. After all, nothing hurts more than a child being left by her father. In fact, I am grateful for my father's absence since I grew up to be strong and independent. Truly, everything happens for a reason because if he had been here, his attention would have made me suffer. Though I admit, life wasn't always as easy as 1, 2, 3, but it helped me grow into a strong lady. I finished college, worked as the chief financial officer of a brand company, and I finally own my own house and car. Now, my mom no longer needs to exhaust herself anymore. It's her time to rest and enjoy life to the fullest. See? What a blessing in disguise. At the end, I realized I don't need a man to be whole again. I need myself to complete my own. Though I'm still open for any possibilities, but what comes will just come, and what goes will go. I just need to be myself and trust the process. So, here's some advice for all the women out there. Sometimes, it takes a downfall in order to stand up again. Remember, we're not just women, we're empowered individuals capable for greatness.